So the question is, can a cash buyer get a home at a price a lot lower than the asking price, or at least lower than other mortgage buyers' offers? To answer this question, I'd like to rephrase it a little bit first. The question I'd like to ask is, why do you think sellers like cash offers? Because cash offers are clean without contingencies, therefore there may be less chance for a cash offer to fall through a transaction. Even if that may be true, does that automatically mean that as a cash buyer you can buy a home at a lower price point? One of the variables in a mortgage is appraisal. The only time sellers feel super nervous about appraisal is when buyers are bidding the price significantly higher than the most recent market value or the asking price. As a cash buyer, your offer waives the appraisal contingency, therefore your offer is more attractive to the sellers. However, the key words here are bidding high, not low. That's why we often observe that a cash buyer ends up paying higher than every other buyer, and the seller feels safe enough to accept that offer. And another restriction with mortgage buyers is their closing dates. Nowadays, the banks are extremely efficient. They can complete an underwriting process in 10 days. Therefore, closing sooner may not necessarily be an issue, but if a seller has the need of closing late, the banks have to work within their constraints of relock or leaseback rules. So if a seller needs to close late, a cash offer may be flexible enough to accommodate the seller's need. Sometimes many sellers are just concerned that a mortgage will fall through in a transaction at the last minute. So the banks nowadays do a lot of due diligence. They've done a lot of homework at the point when they issued the pre-approval letters. So as long as both agents and the lender have done their due diligence, the chance for a mortgage to fail in today's world is very low. In addition to that, the mortgage buyer's purchasing power is a lot stronger today than the past. We often see down payments such as 30%, 40%, 60%, versus in the past we used to see more often 3%, 5%, 10%, maybe 15%. Given all that, today's mortgages are very secure. That's why we often see that buyers and their lenders feel comfortable enough to waive their mortgage contingencies, or at least the appraisal contingencies. So mortgage buyers are capable of giving offers that are almost as clean as a cash offer. Last but not the least is sellers' personalities. We've met sellers who just love the word cash. So if 20,000 or 50,000 price gap makes no difference to the seller emotionally or financially, then yes, sure, he can take that offer instead of another higher mortgage offer. So in conclusion, as a cash buyer, can you get a house at a significantly lower price point than the asking price or the offers from another mortgage buyer? The answer is unlikely in most parts of Massachusetts, unless the home was overpriced in the first place and you don't have any other competitors that are bidding against your offer. Can the cash offer be slightly lower or equal to another offer and win the bidding? Yes. Can a cash buyer end up paying even more than every other mortgage buyers in the bidding in order to win? Yes, that also has happened quite often.